Hello viewers, hello viewers. So here we are then. Enjoyed a bit of Ridge Racer, I see there, a bit of Ridge Racer vibe. Isn't it great? What a wonderful series of games years ago that was. And it's strange to think that Ridge Racer 4 came out 21 years ago now. That's well, it will be this December. Crazy, crazy times. Bit of racing today then, a bit later today than I had planned. I missed the first race unfortunately, but that's no matter. I watched a stream of it just to get my eye in a bit, because last time I didn't have much practice, if you remember, and I went with the wrong fuel strategy and then it all went bad for me, didn't it? So I think this time I'm just going to do a bit of practice. We've got 20 minutes. Did a bit of practice yesterday. See how we get on. Snake Doctor misses the 90s. Good times before the internet changed everything. And it really did change everything, didn't it? I mean, when it comes to something like this, I mean, yes, there are times when it's awesome and we can all watch streaming and stuff like that, but there was also something special about video games, that the only people who got to see games running were the people who owned them. If you didn't own the game... I went wide there, didn't I? Oh dear. To get my eye in again. It's amazing, isn't it? You go to bed, you get up. I'm going to have to move this cable for a minute because it's irritating. Hang on. Let's put this somewhere. Strange. This cable, sometimes it's alright, and other times it just kind of gets in your way, doesn't it? Gets in your way. Right, let's try again. Let's try and zone in, guys. So we got Miko, we got Adam, Andrew, J-Town. Nice to see you guys watching, tuning in straight away for the stream. Good to see. We're only streaming on YouTube tonight. Just a little experiment, just to see. I'm trying things out because at some point, as I say, I will make a decision whether we're going to go late this year. But I'm still trying things out now. That whether we go with Twitch or YouTube for streaming, and I think I'll just wait and see. Really, depends on what happens over the course of the next few months. I don't like this course, I don't like this course. I think it's a horrid course. So we're using, we're just trying out our hard front tyres at the moment, seeing how it goes. Tonight I just want to chill a bit and enjoy some racing maybe tonight, not pressurise myself. I think I've been putting myself under a bit too much pressure lately, that even though I'm aware I'm not meeting my own potential sometimes because I'm not doing enough practice, I've got to try and just enjoy the racing a bit more, because it's stifling my enjoyment of it when challenging corner that. So here we are then, cruising on. Oh, of course I haven't got the chat on the screen, have I? So I'll just turn that on in just a second. that wrong. Look at all the time we lost there. You know, half a second just gone on that one corner. That's a shame. Bad final sector. And Jeff is here as well. Hi, Jeff. Yes, made it on a bit late tonight. Missed the first race, but we're going to try and find some form again, which we had yesterday but seem to have lost. I am running with a hard front tyre because I'm trying to see what I can do with strategy in the race a bit. You know me, guys, I like to mix it up a bit of strategy and just see if I can just sort of hang with the faster guys. And do an extra lap or two here and there, then I can be in good shape at the end of the race, I think. It's just I looked at the fuel saving options and they're just a bit too marginal, you know. Any fuel saving that takes you into 4 and 5 is too much. You're just losing too much time. On each lap you're losing 2 seconds. You know, and losing 2 seconds a lap is crazy time. You know, it's because you're not going to get that back. It's not like then you're going to be quick like everyone else at the end. You're always going to be 2 seconds a lap slower right to the end of the race. So when they all come up to you, you're just helpless to defend, basically. So you're better off saying, you know what, I'm going to have the first 3 laps where I'm vulnerable and go from there. Let me just start this chat for you guys, see if it works. Good, chat's working on the screen now, that's fine. We're only streaming on YouTube tonight, guys. Just trying out YouTube, and then we're gonna Oh, went too fast. Nearly a penalty. Oh, okay. Just about a penalty. That's it. That's a tricky penalty, though, isn't it? You know, it's just there's just a marker at the end of that sausage curb where if you go over it, you're going to get a penalty. But this is good. This is a good run. You know, and as I say, I'm seeing how well we can do on these tyres. So 133s, 132s, that's not too bad. We can just exit that now. And which wheel am I using? This is the Thrustmaster TGT base with the Formula add-on rim and the LED display that only works on PC. On PlayStation 4, which is a bit of a bummer because if it worked on PC as well, it'd be much better. And it has some greaseproof paper over it just to try and diffuse the light because it's too bright, shining in my eyes, basically. So let's just try changing these tyres now to the medium tyres and just seeing where we stack up. Lap times there were between 132 to 133. In the race with fuel, you're going to lose another second a lap. Okay, so worth noting that. But it's going to be interesting because just by staying out, I think there's going to be a lot of sort of bumper cars, and it's really hard to overtake people unless they go off. It's really hard to overtake people. And mean, we're not talking about a massive fuel saving strategy here. That went bad, didn't it? Thanks, it does. It does. I mean, it looks authentic, the wheel, in the videos, doesn't it? And that's the main thing, getting it looking authentic. Here we are in the medium tyres, and you know, obviously I had a bad turn one that put me behind, but it shows that the hards aren't too bad, you know. Need to find our braking points. It's amazing, but when you change your tyres, it completely changes your braking points, you know. So that's why sometimes you don't come out immediately quicker. So even though we had a bad start to the lap, the grip in the twisty section really made a difference, didn't it? You've got a better turn in, better grip down the straight, just marginal. It's marginal differences that make all the difference. Hi Matt, and we've got Teva as well. Bonjour. Let's have a look down here, and oh, okay. So it's quicker, obviously, the medium, but it's difficult getting the most out of it. I braked a bit too much there. Could be quicker through there with the medium as well. Lean on the tyre more. Braked just a bit too late there. So we lost probably half a second in total through that whole first sector there, so there's quite a lot of time to find. I got that completely wrong, didn't we? And there you go, look at that, just get it wrong. Trying to get on the power too quickly, didn't brake right before turning in, and I think that shows you in qualifying how quick it's going to be to make a mistake. Nations Cup and Manufacturers Cup for you tonight, Adam. Busy night of racing. Rage 2 next week, of course. Is it coming around that quickly? I'm so behind on everything. Yeah, I mean, we were showing off our WRC preview. I'm trying to download some of the Formula 1 clips, and then I'll do a little chat about F1 2019. Come on, let's find a bit more time here now. Concentrate a bit more. Just need to get this braking point right. Too early, too early. I got that entirely wrong, didn't I? I didn't know quite where the braking point was. And what's the difference, you might ask? Well, as I often say, you're entering into a corner quicker than you've ever entered it before, and so you brake a bit earlier, which I was there, and sadly that I just broke, you know, a couple of meters too early, and that meant I just messed up the whole corner basically, and then you lose half a second. So we've got another second to find, so we can get into the 130s. It isn't too bad. If we get into the 130s, I think we can have a decent chance of a decent qualifying, and then after that we just need to consider what we're going to do in the race. I mean, I might even consider just going mediums in the race, because if we qualify high enough, it all depends late though, doesn't it? You know, I mean, this is a funny old race in the sense that there's always people making mistakes and spinning off, and you just want to be there on that last lap with a bit more grip, a bit more fuel, and just in a position to at least maintain a position even if you're not losing it. You see the difference that made there, just closing on that lap there. Take that corner well before, didn't I? So loads of time to find there, viewers. Loads of time to find. And just behind as well. No stop medium seems to be the tyre of... Oh, I was actually reading then and not looking in the corner. Doug, hi Doug. No stop medium seems to be the choice of the top guide. It does, doesn't it? Oh, no stop mediums seems to be the choice. Really? Oh, wow, that's difficult, because I just watched the race and everybody on the entire field pitted and was quite a lot quicker. That's an interesting one. Yeah, I mean, I just watched the race and everybody pitted basically. So it's difficult to say, isn't it, really? Because the problem is that depends how much you're losing really down the straights. I mean, if you're not at least fuel setting 2, you're going to lose tons of time and lots of positions down the straights every lap. So, and then you're just going to get fed into a minefield of idiots. So it's a very difficult one. 6 seconds quicker, really. I wish I knew the. We could watch that strategy in action, because I'm just a bit worried that the same thing's going to happen. The last 2 races, I've gone with a fuel-saving strategy and ended up at the back because of ended up at the back because of it, because it's a difficult one, isn't it? Right, okay. See, I've not practiced any kind of fuel strategy on this track. That's the problem. I know that if I just go out there and drive with a number 1 or 2, then I'll probably be in a good place to just pit and come out wherever I come out. But I know that if I have a fuel saving, I know I'm going to be vulnerable. It's so hard to overtake on this track. Unless you're going down the main straight and they've got a different fuel strategy. Everyone doing it. Damn, I didn't watch Key's race. Should have watched Key's race, didn't realise he was streaming. Right. Damn, my YouTube information not telling me. Alright then. It just sounds so marginal, you know? It just sounds so marginal trying to fuel save that hard. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go over pit stop. I think it's too late for me to... If I'd watched the strategy and learned from it, I'd have done it. But I know that... I think every time I've done fuel saving recently has resulted in me losing positions and going down the order a long way. I'm going to do fuel saving anyway, but when we're talking sort of 4, 5, 6 fuel saving, you're just a sitting duck. Everybody just goes past you. That's the problem is. So I'm just going to... I haven't practiced it, don't know it. It was like the last time I did it, didn't I? If anybody watched in the Formula race, you know, it's like... It wasn't quite right. It was like, oh, start the race in 6. Well, you did, and then you end up getting penalties because everybody crashes into the back of you because you're so slow. So the idea is you start the race in 2 or something and then filter it. So you need a strategy. And don't forget, Key and the guys, they do tons of practice races, you know, in their private expert racer lobbies, getting the correct setup and all that. Yeah, we'll go over pit stop, and then we'll just see how we go. Let's exit this now and get into the race, and we'll go over pit stop and then see how we get on. Yeah, Doug, I think it's better to pit if you've not got a proper strategy, because I think you could be doing fuel saving and then literally end up on the final lap with not enough fuel, and you can't, you know, I'd rather just have a race, I think, tonight. I think so much. Recently I've done a lot of this fuel saving and it's not worked out for me. Right, let's get out of this. I did it the other day in the Japan race, and you know, it turned out that it was completely wrong. I would have won the race comfortably with my speed, but there you go. As soon as I started the wrong strategy, it was over. Right, let's enter the race, and let's get into this. So, but I will be doing a bit of fuel saving. I'm not going to be doing sort of massive fuel saving, but I think where I can, if I can save sort of like 2 seconds in the pits, you know, that's 2 seconds I'll take, frankly. Generally speaking, tyre changes are essential anyway, because when you're in the pits, it doesn't take 2 seconds to change your tyres. It's the fuel that always takes time to go in. So I think it depends, you know, in terms of how you handle it in that first stint. I think if you handle it well, medium, we're on mediums, so we'll just stick with mediums for the moment. Then I think you do all right. It's pretty quiet on the chat tonight, guys. Pretty quiet on the chat tonight. I think because I'm late on, everybody's watching other people's streams, and I'm a bit late to the punch, as it were. Also, don't forget, I'm only streaming on YouTube tonight. Just thought I'd try that experiment, just to only stream on YouTube, just to see whether it meant more people came to YouTube, essentially. But I guess the problem is we're encountering is that some people only watch on Facebook, and some people only watch on Twitch and so on, and that means that you know, it's one of those things, isn't it? We're going to lose an audience when we eventually stop restreaming. So I think tonight's going to be a challenging race. I think where are we hoping to finish, guys? Where do we think tonight? I'm hoping to finish, I would like to qualify around 9th to 12th, and I'd like to qualify 9th to 12th, and I've got that wrong. Finish the race between 6th and 8th place. That would be, for me, a success in this race. Is not VR? No. Well, it does have VR mode. It's just that it's only time trial mode only. PlayStation 4 is not powerful enough to deliver full VR on a game like this. PlayStation 5, however, is going to be comfortably powerful enough, so no excuses there. In a couple of years' time, a lot of streamers will be using VR all the time, and then they won't be able to read your chat. So we'll need to create some kind of apps whereby we can read chat in the VR headset. Oh well. Let's retry. Gonna have a little break for a minute. Gonna pull over. Have a little break from the driving for a couple of minutes, and then we'll see what's going on. I'm just gonna have a look at Keys Race for a minute. Why don't I just have a look at it? Just gonna have a little gander at Keys Race and just see how he got on. Everybody's streaming tonight, aren't they? That's why. Everybody's streaming. So he's on Manufacturers Cup now. Oh, that's strange. So his entire stream is only showing his Manufacturers Cup races at the moment. Okay, so started a new stream then. Oh well, that's alright. That's alright. Okay. So let's close that. Yeah, I think Adam, we'll wait and see. I mean, what they're going to have in terms of PS5. Possibility of co-op on PS4. Yeah, I mean, there's I mean, I think it depends on what games really, but PS5 with respect to current PC, PS5 will probably be behind a top-powered current PC, but then a top-powered current PC never gets fully utilised. If you think about this, for example, look how amazing this game looks on a, you know, what would have been a top PC in 2000 and at the same time 2012. You know, I mean, this PlayStation 4 was finished in 2012 basically. So it's that old already. Old. Look how much they're getting out of it here with this games like this. You know, it's amazing. So I think there's a lot they can get out of it. I think it'll be less powerful than the current PC, but it will have some really good features to it. And I think once they maximise those features, you're going to see games look. Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, I think if you went out to the shops and you bought a top of the range PC right now, it'll be better than a PS5. Yeah, for sure. You're not gonna. You can buy graphics cards that are more powerful than the PS5 are going to be because you have great graphics. It doesn't mean that they utilise that power. Most of the top PCs, you're barely utilising the power at all because it's not optimised for that hardware. That's the difference with console gaming. You know, it's properly optimised for that hardware because they know all consoles are the same. Whereas with PCs, there's everything's slightly different, isn't it? You've got different power units and all the different components, but they never fully utilise them. Basically, what's the point? What's the point in making a game that only 5% of PC users can play properly? There's just no point. So you'll get massive frame rates and high resolutions and all that jazz, but you know, PS5 will sort of maximise everything that you have on. But this is I'm using a GTX 1080. I would say it's probably going to be comparable to a GTX 1080, but with ray tracing performance, and of course it's got all that extra memory, whatever that's going to do in terms of loading. So, you know, potentially this is already a PS5. No, my PC. We're not nearly using maximum power on these cards. You know, like I say, a lot of the time you're running ultra settings, everything max, and you're still getting 80, 90, 100 frames per second. So 2 minutes, I'm just having a little rest. Ideal racing line there, viewers, on the power, launching it on the curb. and then forcing it towards that apex. Little bit of curb there. Oh, lovely. That's the ideal line. Never normally happens. So difficult. What's better, PC or console gaming? Well, it depends really. I mean, console gaming is cheaper, more affordable, and easier to use, isn't it, than PC gaming on the whole. You know, PC gaming is more performance, and also your games work forever. You know, I've got PC games that just upgrade on Steam, which is awesome. You know, whereas all my Xbox Live Arcade games from the Xbox 360, most of them haven't been converted. So in that sense, it's not a great investment on console. Did I play MotoGP 19? Nothing from Milestone, Vale. Yeah, we're not really getting news from Milestone these days. You know, again, you know, as I say, these companies have got their sort of chosen news outlets, and that's it really. If you're not one of the chosen, then you're not there. So no, haven't played it, and doesn't look like we will be at the moment, I'm afraid. In terms of Milestone, we'll wait and see. We are hoping to get some access to some other stuff though soon. I hope we get some more WRC soon. That would be nice, and some other games as well that have been announced recently. So Gran Turismo comes to PC. That's only a dream. That is a dream, I'm afraid. Coke is a dream. Right, I'm going to go. I'll be back in a second, guys. Back in a minute. And then we'll have the start of the race. Okay, here we go then. Race time, viewers. Race time. Where are we? Fourth in this lobby of people. It means nothing. Let's see where we are after quali. And then where we go. Coke enjoys my streams. Thank you, Coke. Brilliant. Let's see. I don't think we have many viewers tonight. It's pretty quiet on the stream tonight, isn't it? It's but then again, we're not streaming on other areas. But it was interesting to try and test out the stream only on YouTube for a change. Only on YouTube, because I want to see how well it does. You know what? I suppose I should do a little warm-up, shouldn't I? I think I'm a bit late now. Warm-up ends in 20 seconds. Look at that, 20-second warm-up. 20-second warm-up, viewers. Let's get this done. Let's get this done. Let's be badass. Okay, let's move this slightly, and move this slightly. Just need to sort this out for a moment. Okay, that's that sorted. Banging my camera out the way. Oh. Not the camera, but it's alright, have to do. Somebody right in my way. Where am I? Third. Don't want to rinse the tyres on this lap. Okay, here we go. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Terrible. Terrible. Oh, bloody hell. Well, that's my lap ruined, isn't it? What was he doing? Just blocking people. Oh, well, that's my qualifying lap ruined. And tyres, because I had to stamp on the throttle, the brakes to do an emergency stop then. Never mind, viewers, never mind. It is very frustrating when that happens and somebody decides to just ruin your lap. So we lost probably 2 seconds on that lap. So we'll end up sort of next to last because of that. Tyres are not as good on this lap, are they? Tyres fall off really quickly. we're going to pit at the end of this lap, and then we're going to see if we can have another go. That's a shame, that is. I think we would have been in a decent position then. It's good. I've not actually tested the pits yet. It's my first time checking out the pit lane. Absolutely, Andrew. That was a strange one, wasn't it? I don't know why he felt the need to just block like that, but I don't get much luck in quali, do I, guys? Let's try again then, guys. Last try. We're going to end up near the back. Oh, I got that wrong. Same place. Damn, same place. Well, we'll try again. Let's hope we get into 132s. I don't think it's a great lap. Again, we had to lift on that same section. So we're up in the top 3. So at least we're up there, you know. It's not the best, but not as good as it could have been. But and I got it wrong, guys. Bit of understeer. The tyres literally have one lap, and then they're just toast really for the twisty bits. So I think we've put in our best today. I'll take that, honestly. We're capable of better, but I'll take that. I think had I not had that guy on that fast bit, we'd probably got pole position today. Oh, look how the tyres have gone though. Wow. Let's give me another lap. How strange, never expected that. Let's try with worn tyres. How close can we get? Oh, they've worn quite a bit, haven't they? Fifth place. That's a bit close. Bit of drama. So what it turns out was my strategy was wrong there. If I'd pitted later, I'd have had a lighter car with... so these guys in the top 6 had lighter fuel there, didn't they? Because I did it slightly heavier fuel. But either way, it's not the end of the world. I mean, given that both my core laps had incidences on, I think we'll go with that. 7th place is better than what I was expecting anyway. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Patty. Yeah, I've had the same in my past few races, haven't I? The race will start in 58 seconds. I'm just trying to think what to do really in terms of strategy. Whether to go with... but I might just go with the medium tyres instead of the hard front. Or I might just go the hard front. We'll stick with the medium. I think we'll just have to stick with what we know, like everybody else maybe. I think if we change tyres it could be tricky. Could do, couldn't we? We could change tyres. What are we thinking? We'll stick with mediums. Let's just do a basic strategy. Okay. Let's just raise that up a bit, just out of my face. Dun, 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 dun. I'll talk about everything else, Jack, afterwards. I'm just going to zone now and focus on the race, guys. It's about the race. So, focus now. Focus. Where are we? 7th on the grid. It's not the end of the world. That's okay in terms of qualifying. It's a good lobby. So, we've just got to think, let's just see how good we can do off the grid. No, we're not doing a grid start, are we? We're doing a rolling start. So, I think turn 1 is going to be a bit hairy. I think if we can get through turn 1 cleanly, then we just need to stay calm and I think try and stay out of trouble. I think that's going to be the key thing with this race. don't know what my lights flash button is anymore. Is that music going? Right, we'll just turn that down a bit now so you guys can hear me. And ready for the race, guys. I'm going to focus on the race, so I won't be able to read the chat. I'm just going to focus on the race and then see where we are afterwards. And I'll catch up on everything, then chill out after the race. What do I think of this race? I think this race, if we just relax, I'd be happy to come in top 10, believe it or not. If I can maintain 7th. I've only actually, last week, I had 2 races where I didn't finish, one race where I finished lower than I started, which was my first race in the history of GT Sport where I've actually finished lower than where I've started. So it's been a good record for me in terms of where I've started and where I finished. And again today, we're just going to try a slightly different strategy to everybody else, but not much different. Just got to know it's all going to spread out as the race goes on. So okay, we just want to change that a bit. Right. Oh, goodness me, a bit of a late lunge there, wasn't it, really? I mean, I was already turning into the corner. I've lost touch with the guys ahead of me because just messing around with the fuel here a little bit. You know, let's just see where we end up, guys. Oh! What is the point in that? I wasn't quite expecting that, obviously. So we're having the fuel saving issue is definitely causing me problems, isn't it? Everyone else seems to be pulling away a lot. It's twice I've actually been hit in this race. I feel like maybe we should just go up in the fuel. It's not helping me trying to save. Everyone's going a bit hell for leather and stupid, aren't they, really? It's twice I've been hit, and I suppose we have lost quite a bit of time, haven't we, if you look at our lap times. So we're just going to pick up the pace a bit now. Just do short shifting instead, because we seem to be losing pace. Why? What's the point? I'm trying to just take it like that. Have to just it's not what I wanted, really. I was hoping for a little calm race where I was just kind of on my own, but the field spread is high, isn't it? As you can see, down to 66% fuel already. Really didn't help us because we've lost our slipstream on the car in front. It's twice we've been hit and we've lost a lot of time thanks to those. So we're just going to have to go lean with the fuel, I think. I don't think there's power, sorry. Don't think we're able to keep with everybody. We're losing too much time on fuel saving settings for sure. We haven't got enough of a gap, you see. We're just going to get sucked into that group behind us if we get caught. So we're just going to have to try and stay ahead, really. I think you can do fuel saving when everyone around you is doing it. But I think when you're in a position like we are, we need a bit of a buffer gap so we can assess what's what. I'm definitely slow in that sector, aren't I? I seem to lose a lot of time in that sector. We have to do this lap as well. Some people are going to pit this lap, I think, but we're going to pit later. So we're gonna pit now, and then see where we end up, really. Got slightly over, that's all right. Okay, so we're in 9th place now. That's us to the end of the race, and we'll just see what happens. I mean, to be quite frank, my tyres were so on the edge when I was pitting then that I would have lost a lot of time. I could feel them really going, so... Okay, so 9th place. We started in 7th. If we finish in 7th, I think you've got to say, fine. You know, lap times have been, apart from that first 2 laps where I was fuel saving, my laps have been all right. Ninth place. So we lost a few positions on that opening lap, didn't we? Those opening couple of laps, and now we are really trying to see if we can close up on these other guys, and if they all pit, then we might move up through the order and go from there. So let's just see where we end up. Nobody's gone off though. I mean, normally in races you see lots of people crashing into each other and lots of penalties and stuff like that. I don't think we've seen a single penalty. Everybody's been too sensible. It's hard. Everybody's racing so fast at the moment. Top three probably aren't stopping. Damn, overfueled as well, you know. Ah well, we finished below where we started. I mean, it's not. I mean, if you look at my laps, they're not inconsistent and terrible. Just everybody was quick. I think, like Doug was saying earlier, the no-stop strategy was probably quicker. I think that's what a lot of the top guys were doing. Was the no-stop. But it's very difficult to say, isn't it? I mean, I was losing a lot of time, if you noticed, on those early laps. You know, I mean, not putting in bad laps, it's just that everybody's really good now, aren't they? That was a tough lobby. Viewers. So yeah, a couple of bumps at the start. I think that might have messed up my strategy, really, because, you know, I sort of then gave up on the fuel saving, but disappointing points though, guys. After what was a tough race, 9th. So I finished again, second race ever. I finished below where I've started. So I wouldn't say disappointed with my own performance. I think I did the best I could there, actually. I think a couple of things could have gone different, but on the whole, I'm pleased with. That was the maximum I could do, really. You know. Yeah, so not a bad race by any means, but I mean, that guy 1:30.31.584 in the lead. Some of them mustn't have pitted, obviously. It'd be interesting to watch, I guess, the replay. If we look at the replay, just yeah, go on, we'll have a look at the replay in a bit. And that was but that was an interesting race, wasn't it? I mean, it was a really competitive race, has to be said. Tough competitors in that race. I watched Jev's race earlier, and you know, it wasn't nearly as competitive as that, even with much higher ranked players. Oh well, there you go, guys. There you go. So no good result there today, but I mean, I say that we could have been all the way down here, couldn't we? You know, like you say, good players. I mean, they're all capable drivers, weren't they? Just lost those places early on. Didn't get them back. I think we did the right strategy though in terms of when we pitted. I think that was the best time to pit. I think a bit like, you know, a bit like yeah, what was I going to say? I think it was like Doug was saying earlier about not stopping. I think I'd probably conclusion. There was no conclusion there, Doug. The top player did stop, I think, because he put in a 1:31.5, which wasn't possible if he was fuel saving. So I just don't quite know what everybody else did. That's my problem. I seem to pit and then come out in 10th, and then somehow ended up 8th, even though I put in some decent laps. Wasn't able to make any ground. So a bit of a strange one. What is the oh, it's Austria, isn't it? I'm no good at that. Well, not on this game. It's the reason why I don't play A1 Ring or Red Bull Ring, whatever it's called now, on this game is because of all the runoffs. You've got to know all the runoffs, and you know, I don't know all that stuff, and it gives everybody massive advantages. So they're not racing the track anymore; they're racing the runoff areas and knowing the limits. It just kind of spoils it, I think, quite a bit. What have we got then? What have we got on here? We got different tracks. We could have a go at one of these, I guess. We were playing a bit of this yesterday, weren't we? I mean, I suppose we could take a look at. Let's just have a look at the Red Bull Ring and go from there. Okay, so let's move the camera actually on the wheel. What is this wheel? This is a Thrustmaster wheel. I need one of those Super GT frequently asked questions things, don't I? Frequently asked questions. But yeah, this is a Thrustmaster TGT base with Formula wheel, LED display. Very good. Yeah, I think that's it, Doug. You know, when everybody's doing it, it's fine. But when you've got people going flat out, like I was fuel saving at first in the race, I got bashed into twice, and I realised that if I kept fuel saving, I was going to end up, you know, in 15th place, being bumped off by some lunatic because I'm going a second a lap slower than everybody else. So very difficult to say. I mean, my second lap was a 1:36, and then I went 3 seconds a lap faster. So it's very difficult to say whether a fuel saving was possible. I had 30% fuel, and I was barely halfway through the race, 39%, and that was with fuel saving. So I was short shifting, overfueled my car, still didn't make it. So I don't know how those guys were doing it, really. I'd love to know the special techniques. Let's have a break for 2 seconds. Let's have a look at the replay, actually. Let's have a look at the replay. This will probably crash my race in a moment, but you never know. Let's take a look at the replay so we can see what these other guys were doing. Okay, so I'm quite interested in skipping into the race and just cool down for a minute. Take the old headphones off. Oh, it's better. It's better. Right, that was. Sorry, Patty. What was that? What was the getting away with thing? Doug. I don't know how they were doing that with fuel low, because you're losing a second down the main straight minimum with your fuel down. That's what I don't understand. How are they keeping within that lap time when they're losing a second down the main straight? It just seems unbelievable to me. It seems unbelievable. I don't know. I just don't know, because when you're going down the main straight, you're 10 mile an hour, 15 mile an hour slower. So very strange. Very strange. Let's skip into this. Can we skip? Oh no, we've got to wait until they get through the actual intro, don't we? Turn this down a little bit. Oh really? They seem to have fixed it now, do they? Okay. Okay, well maybe I'll have a quick look. I mean, we've got 15 minutes I mean, it'd probably mean me conclude. Oh, Doug, thanks for that. Yeah, I'll definitely have a look at what Key says, because I was using 2 and 3, and everybody was crashing. Literally, guys were crashing into me basically. So they you know, it's you're so much slower than them that really that's strange with the main straight. Because I whenever I've tested Lux 6 fuel, people walk past you on the main straight. So I don't know, I just find it a bit weird. And whenever I do it, I just can't seem to get that out of the car, basically. The secrets of Gran Turismo. The secrets of Gran Turismo. What can you say? Oh, I've got to warm my feet up. Feet are freezing again. Warm up the feet. I swear, I'm going to have to get like a Gran Turismo water bottle for the car, hot water bottle for the car. Get a VVV branded hot water bottle. So let's just get into this race for a minute. Oh, I'm using my mouse, not my. All right, so let's just change view, and let's see who's ahead of me. Actually, what button do I press? That one. So we had. All right, DJ won it. So let's go with him. So DJ wins. I just want to see what he does. Does he pit? Oh, we haven't got all the info on there, have we? Boom. Display. Oh, yep. Oh, we can't. That's the wrong button. So here we go. Oh, he did pit. Yeah. So there we go. So first place pitted. And his times were really great, so he was on it, wasn't he? Knows the course. He was staying in fourth all the way through there. That's really interesting. So there was no fuel saving from him at all, really. He just went flat. I was short shifting. How is that even possible? How is that even possible? He must have gone with like a full tank of fuel even at the end there. It's what's so weird. I had to fuel save on the final lap, even though I overfilled my car. That's the strange thing. If you saw a pit stop, I overfilled my car, and if you watch the race, my car still ran out of fuel before the end of the race. So I had to fuel save on the final lap. It's just so strange. Okay, let's see if anyone else. Let's just go down the order. So Stig pitted, pitted. I was in 9th. So I lost all my time in those first 2 laps when I was fuel saving. So those first 2 laps I was fuel saving. I was losing 3 seconds a lap with doing 1 and 2. So that gives you an idea on what it did to my performance. So that's why I say I don't know how they do it, honestly. Doesn't show you fuel saving settings on here, which is a bit frustrating. But that's a bit weird, isn't it? It's a bit weird, viewers. I wonder if they were using the NSX then, or whatever it is, the Honda car, instead of the GTR. Maybe that was better on fuel. Don't know. No, I was using GTR over than that. So. Don't know. Mystery, isn't it? Mystery, because as soon as I switched my fuel, and I was still short shifting. I mean, all those laps are short shifting. pretty much, shifting into 5th when I can. I mean, all those laps are short shifting, which is weird. This is where I was losing time, was this corner. I couldn't see it very well. That corner is when I use the cones, and when people knock the cones out of the way, I can't see the corner from the bumper cam very well. You get a real advantage on this track with outside car view or bonnet view, or roof view, should I say. It's a big advantage. But yeah, other than that, you know, I wasn't really able to gain really. I think when I back up a few. I wonder if somebody behind me, I don't know who. Funny thing is that I had DJ had 70% fuel. How is that even possible? Did you see that? DJ, oh, he's already pitted. But he had 4% more than me. This is very strange. What a strange race. What a strange race, guys. I learned nothing. I learned nothing from the strategy at all, viewers. Nothing from the strategy at all. I don't know what those guys are doing to be able to put in those kind of laps in that way. And also, not only that, but they're not even fuel saving on the short shifting, which is unbelievable. It's very strange. One of these cars ahead of us just didn't stop. I'm going to see which one it is. Okay, so let's. Alright, see who it was and it didn't stop. Stopped. This car didn't stop at all. So this guy ahead of us didn't stop. Amazing. Oh, he did. 1 minute 56 stop he had. Wow, 4 seconds he saved on the stop. This guy stopped, 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 stopped. So other than that, everybody stopped. Just that one chap didn't stop. Still managed to put in good times. What a mystery. What a mystery. What a mystery. I'll watch Keith's vid. I don't even know how that's even possible. Don't even know how it's even possible. Drop my glove. Drop my glove. Right. I'm trying to warm my feet up. Oh, viewers, the mysteries of Gran Turismo, of the expert players of the aliens, as you say, Doug, of Gran Turismo. It is a mystery to me. It is a mystery to me. So I don't know. I mean, it seemed to me that if the whole race is doing fuel saving, then I think you can be competitive. But I think if the rest of the race are not, then you know, like you say, you're 10 to 20 mile an hour faster with what are you? How much faster with down the straights? It's. I mean, that was strange because that guy ahead of me must have been fuel saving, and I couldn't catch him. How weird! How weird! And I was on maximum fuel and brand new tyres. There's definitely some weirdness in this game, viewers. There's definitely some weirdness. Secret techniques. Secret techniques. Right. Let's back out of that then. I've got it. Can we delete these replays? Do we know how to delete these replays? Is there any way to delete these replays? I don't even know how to delete these replays. Anyone know how to delete these replays? Just out offhand, so I don't have to look it up on the net. Save me some trouble, viewers. Save me some trouble. Trouble today. Right, let's see. And we got Lassie here. Nice to see me live and in person. Raw Allen. You're getting raw, uncut Alan on a what day of the week is a Wednesday evening for Alan Uncut. 36 people watching now. Pretty quiet tonight on the old stream views, isn't it? I was tonight. I was trying to see if oh, hold on. I was trying to see if it worked. You know, the whole not streaming to Facebook, but it doesn't, does it? Right, let's see what we're doing here. Right, hold on then. Right, so it's pretty quiet. Let's see what else we can do. I don't have time to learn. I feel like I've got this 2 minutes to try and learn Red Bull Ring in a car. What do we have? We've got 3 minutes. 3 minutes to learn Red Bull Ring in a car. I don't think we can actually select a car and get into it. Don't think we can select a car and get into it. I don't think we have the right car for it anyway. I wouldn't even know where the braking points are, unfortunately. And Coke, I'm still deciding what to do on that at the moment, because the big problem is I don't want to have a friends list full of people. So I'm gonna add a plan soon on how we can do it. I've been saying that for a while, but it is coming, to organise it in some way. Is it worth having a go at the Nations Cup just for a laugh, just for a giraffe? We're going to have to learn it as we do it. I don't even know if it's even possible. Let's have a go. Let's just have a go. We're going to learn it as we do it. We've got 1 minute. Come on, let me drive around the track. Please. Please. Otherwise it's just going to damage my... I don't care. You know what? I don't care about my ranking. Let's just have a race. I want to race something. Go on. Go on. Let me have 1 lap. I've got 1 lap, viewers. I've got 1 lap. 1 lap. Do. Right. Let's see how we get on then. Let's see. Pretty quiet on the stream tonight, but let's have a go. What do we got here? Car settings. Mediums. There's no soft. We do have soft. Let's go soft. Softer than soft. Boom, let's do it. Do it. Is anyone pitting? Who knows? Who cares? Do it. Let's do it. Learn the track. We've got 1 minute 20 to learn the track. We're not even going to do 1 lap. We're just going to get around 2 corners, viewers. This car's completely different. It's all over the place compared to what we were just driving. It's all over the place. I'm not using the runoff because I don't know where the line is. Power. Come on. We're going to be at the back, but that doesn't matter. We're just... Oh, I needed those braking points. Don't know where they are. So I do. Do you know, that's what I need, actually. I tell you, that is what I need. Maybe a whiskey or something, but it just isn't time, viewers. But you know what, look, 12th. That means nothing. Nobody set a time. We've got some good players in here. That Friedel guy is really good. Oh, wow. We've got some good players in here, haven't we? Look at them all. A's and S's. Oh, man. Right. That's a good one, Lassie. Brilliant. Yes, we do have a Discord. I haven't made it public yet, but we have set up a Discord. Right, it's warm up. Let's do it. This is just the worst, viewers. This is just the worst. We've got to try and... Oh, I don't know when auto drive ends. Does anyone know? Do you have to pit? Does anyone know? Do you have to pit in this race? What tyres do we use? What's the strategy? Please, anyone tell me. Let's look at these guys. Where do they brake? How do we not crash into the back of them? Ford power. Mustang muscle. That is a second gear. I was just checking. 57 seconds. Come on, finish the lap. Pushing him off. Action, even on the warm-up, viewers. This race is going to be more action than you can shake a stick or anything at. Frankly, it's going to be that much action. I'm going to be in the audience. It's third gear. Carry more speed through there, so we lost half a second on that final sector there. So if we're sort of about 2 seconds behind where we would be. 2 seconds a lap off. Went third through there then, just to try and get some speed. No refueling. Yes, pit this race. Soft, then medium. Right, okay. Alright then. Alright then. Let's do it, viewers. Let's do it. This is like the most unprepared I've ever been for a race, ever. But it doesn't matter. I'm not bothered tonight. I'm just gonna take it and chill. Okay. That's new. It's new. It's not normally like that, is it? These guys are having a good old go, aren't they? Ding dong. Ding dong on the outlap. Ding ding. There he is. He's a quick guy in front of us, I know that. Oh, Jonathan's here. Hello, Jonathan. So here we are then. We've done 1 lap of practice on this track, in this car. He's got there before me, so that's fine. Didn't want to get anyone else between us, really. Well, it's good fun, viewers. It's good fun. He's going very slow on his outlap, isn't he? Oh, brilliant, brilliant. just trying to warm my tyres, as it were. And I get a penalty. Ah, well. There goes me not knowing the limitations of the course. Never mind, viewers. Back row for me. Back row, back row. One second penalty as well. It's a long penalty. So we lose 2 seconds on this lap. But we'll complete the lap anyway, just so we've got a lap in there. And if we start from last place on the grid, that's alright. Because somebody's going to go off somewhere, aren't they? Someone's going to get a penalty and someone's going to go off. It feels so slow, this car, compared to what we were just driving. That's what makes it difficult to drive sometimes, because you're... That's what I should have done at the beginning of the lap. Four seconds down. So we've got slightly worn tyres now. There's no problem, we'll complete the lap anyway because we may as well. But we'll see where we end up. Of course, I haven't changed the settings, have I? To reduce the old traction a bit. I haven't altered the brakes or anything. That's the tyres going there. Tyres are going. Oh, the tyres really do go on this car. Everyone's in the pits now, aren't they? Getting their new tyres. Go on, let's just put a lap in anyway. If we don't have a lap, we should just put a banker in. We won't, we might not have time to do a light lap, but if we just end up... No, still too far off. That's a shame. To be expected, I guess. Now we've got to try and get back. Let him by. That's quite interesting, isn't it? I mean, if you look at the penalty he got there, you know, it wasn't really... Let him by again. So, I don't think we'll have to... We might have time to do one flying lap on low fuel and tyres. One. Oh, everyone's all over the place here. I don't know how you get in the pits. Wow, okay, it's quite a tricky pit lane, isn't it? Soft and do not refuel. I don't know about iRacing. I'd need to. It's not. I think the GT Sport system is pretty good actually. I just think that there's minor issues here and there they need to iron out in terms of the the penalty system. But you have to remember the calculations of what the penalty system's trying to work with. You know, it's a tremendous system that they've got. You know, it's going to take years to actually get it to be able to calculate the sort of all the variables, if you like, of when a car hits another car and what that means and everything else. It's like I suppose they need some kind of AI system really that sort of learns what created an instant, you know, what led to that instant and what would work consistently. So I'm going to try again, viewers. I think if we're starting 18th place, it's not too bad. And given that we've not run the track before, I think that's not too bad. I was expecting to start 20th, so anything better than that, fine. I protected my tyres a lot before. This time I'm just kind of going for it because I'm thinking, you know what, let's just... Alright then, let's see if we can put in a slightly better lap then. Okay, 17th. Best we could do is 17th. I think that's okay. I was hoping to be about 15th, honestly, but not bad. Not bad. Where can we get from 15th on the grid, viewers? Where can we get 15th on the grid? I'd love to see how close all the times were, though. 1:36.096. I lifted a couple of times in my lap, so I lost a second just through mucking around. Where I didn't know where the braking points were. So we're going to see. We're going to see where we end up now. We only got one flying lap then, which is a bit of a shame. I think we could have done better. But if you look at what we're up against, you know, I think a Ford Mustang against some of these cars, don't really think there's much we can do about it, is there really? I'll talk about that after the race, Jonathan. I'll talk about it after the race. Let's see how we get on. Right. And what tyres is everybody using? Do you know what? Let's just go with medium tyres. Let's just go with medium tyres. And there's a pit stop? Shall we just no stop, viewers? Let's just no stop. Let's no stop and just go round and round. I think that will be the fun thing to do today. I mean, where are we? We're 17th on the grid. If you look at the times, not too bad. 1.1 seconds off pole position. Yeah, you know, I think actually that goes to show I lost a second. So, goes to show it's not balance of power isn't too bad there. Just obviously the corner twisty sections are a bit more difficult with this car. But let's go with medium tyres. I don't know how fast or slow they're going to be, but we're not going to stop. We're going to see if we can just go without stopping. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh. All right then. All right, so that's the you want the music, don't you? Cut in. Back of the grid. On the slower tyres. You know, we've got no chance, viewers, but that doesn't matter. I just wanted to do some racing. And we're not far off. I suppose maybe I should have gone with the mediums, but let's just with softs. But let's just see how we get on with the mediums. Just no stop, viewers. Let's do it. Near the back of the grid. Okay, look how far down the track you are. I mean, they're like, you know, on the main straight, and I'm sort of 2 corners from the end of the lap starting the race. It just shows what no chance you have. And to think, just 1 second would have placed me in second place. That's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. So let's just see. Oh, I mean, Jeff, unfortunately, again, we're trying something new, aren't we? We've just gone with crazy tyre strategy. We're not going to pit. We're going to be like second lap slower. Let's see where we end up. Let's see where we end up. Dun, 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 music. Dun, dun. Do a bit of racing. Right, okay. Let's do this, viewers. Let's do this. Let's do this. Maybe if I turn the traction control down, who knows? That would have made the difference for me. We're going to turn it down to a 1, see how we get on. Let's try for traction control 1. I have no idea whether this car spins out easily or not. We haven't tried it. Ford Mustang power. Look at that. Down the straight. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. There we are. That's Ford Mustang power, and that's my race over. Oh, well. I should have not changed that. Never mind. That's right. Blinded myself then. Well, that was a good race. That was a good race, wasn't it? The best in the business. Absolutely, Jeff. Absolutely, Jeff. Who can know that the traction difference between 1 and 2 was everything. So I really wanted an exciting race, and now I'm 10 seconds behind last place. 8 seconds behind last place. So the goal here is to look at time now. Now we can't actually do the... And we're going to see where we end up in relation to everybody else, where we would have been. So the idea is if we could lose a second a lap on him, on the guy 19th, then it shows that the tyre strategy will work. 11 laps without a stop. Quite interesting, isn't it? Look, he's lost quite a bit of time in that final sector. It's interesting. That is very interesting, viewers, in terms of time. And we lose, like, it's amazing, as soon as you spin off, suddenly, like, everybody stops watching. Never mind. So we've knocked a bit of time off the guy ahead. Which is interesting, because had we not span out like that, I thought that I might be able to save it if we did spin. Okay, so third gear for that corner. We are still learning how to drive the car. So 6.3 seconds. .21 seconds off the leader, so that's quite interesting. Well, we're not going to beat the leader because obviously they've practiced a lot and we haven't practiced, but if we can catch up with the guy in 19th place, let's do this. No one's got any penalties. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I say that, someone gets a penalty, don't know. Look at that, we're closing. So had we been in the mix, we might have been in a better position there, but we're not. So medium tyres are not holding on that well, are they? And if you look at our lap time on mediums, wasn't too bad. So laps aren't too bad for us, actually. Such a shame about that spin. I think we would have had a really good fun race. That's what I wanted. 3 seconds we got it down to from 8.2. That's not bad at all. Do you think it's because their soft tyres are wearing out? That could be it. Their softs are actually wearing already. And so where they had soft grip tyres in those first couple of laps, I'm now in a better position because I'm on better tyres. somebody's quit because we're down to 19th. Yeah, he did have a penalty, but he didn't lose 5 seconds in the penalty. We're still gaining. A much slower lap this time. I'm struggling into turn 1 every time, aren't I? The car really understeers badly through there. So I you know, yes, the obvious solution is brake a bit earlier, but it's still, I think it's something to do with the gradient that seems to make it worse and turning. Closing on this guy. Closing on him with his worn soft tyres. He's pulled away there. Twisty bits again. It's definitely where this car's obviously a weakest area. So we're moving through the order now. We're winning, viewers. We're winning. We're winning. This guy's coming out the pits before I've even got down the start-finish straight. Oh, this car just won't get around that corner, will it? But we've got a race on now. We've got a race on. We're just not in the same race because they've got brand new tyres and I haven't. You think about where we'd have been now if we'd not stopped at all. We'd have been right up in the top 10. Kind of makes me wish I'd practiced this now. Tyres falling off there, aren't they? Big time. Big time. Tyres are falling off from me there. When am I pitting? That's a good question. Not yet. Do one more lap. I was planning on no stopping. I wasn't aware he was even there. Wasn't even aware he was there. And it's given me a penalty as well. That's a shame. That's a shame again. So we really didn't need that on this lap. Oh wow, that guy's all over the place. It's all kicking off now, viewers. Do not refuel. Seems like we're just about underfueled for the race, actually. So back to 18th. It doesn't matter. The tyres weren't going to hold on for another 4 or 5 laps anyway. They were falling off, so... But we're not last. Somehow we're not last. So 8.2 seconds to the car in front. Let's see where we can close on them. That was a bit risky, but there wasn't really much we could do there. Back to where we started. Oh, what a difference these tyres make. Unbelievable difference. Oh wow. Closing. It just shows, I think, had we not had that spin at the beginning of the race, we'd have probably had a really fun, enjoyable race. It's just unfortunately that kind of spoilt the whole strategy. And I'm so far behind that by the time I catch these guys, the strategy would have been that I would have stayed with them on the medium and then come out with them at the end and been on soft, and they would have been on medium. And I'd have been... you can see I'm hitting the apex now, and that's simply because the tyres are just so different to what they were. I won't beat this guy, but I'll certainly get near him. We'll have a bit of action. The final laps, viewers. Action is coming. Gaining, 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 gaining. Dun 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Come on. Tyres wearing a little bit there. Bit of a mistake. Okay, we've got loads more drive here. Wow, what a difference that's made. You know, it's just that spin at the beginning completely ruined the race. But the strategy itself seems to me like it would have been a good call. It's a shame. Trying to brake too late there, just trying to gain on these guys, but unless somebody makes a mistake. Well, we learned a lot doing that race, viewers. Unfortunately, the critical error of changing the traction control, unfortunately, it's done us. That was actually relatively enjoyable. I enjoyed that. It's an enjoyable race. I think what it showed is that the strategy was right. And I think had we been in the mix, I think we would have probably made it into the top 10 there. But losing, we lost 21 seconds on first place on the first lap. You know, and we were 8.2 seconds behind 19th place at the end of the first lap. So I think to end up 16th is all right. It is all right in my book. That was all right, viewers. So that was all right. That was all right. Not the end of the world. I think if I ran it again, I learned a lot during that race. And I moved up position after all that. The strategy was good. The strategy was good. Damn, that was a very interesting race there. The overcut was the technique there. But yeah, that spin on turn one ruined the race, didn't it? Ruined the race. The 1:36.3 was the best lap from them. What was mine anyway? 1:36.8. So you think I managed a 1:36.8? So that 1:36.8 would have moved me in the top 10 in qualifying. Damn, you know, it's just a shame you have to wait like 2 hours before you can run the race again. That's just so frustrating. Actually, we've got all the components to have done quite well in that race. That was a good race. I just weren't in the mix. Okay, that was an interesting race. You know, we finished total time 27 seconds off the lead, and we started the race. The first lap we were 21 seconds off. So that just shows you that's actually not bad, or whatever was that. I don't know, but I'm done with it. I'm done with it. You know, that's that. We've got the next race now, viewers. Next race now. We could have a go on this, just to finish off, or maybe, I don't know. Last race of the night. Why not? I don't like this track at all. Can't stand it. It's never a track that speaks to me. Don't like the corners. Don't like the blind corners. It's very flat. Don't like it in its own way. It's got gradients, but it's not got camber in that way. I don't like it. Off camber corners and stuff. Off camber. No, it's not a proper racing circuit for me. I don't like it at all. Can't stand this track. Can't stand it. But there's a few of you watching, enjoying the stream, I can see. We're not streaming tonight, as I say, on Facebook and Twitch. I just thought I would do a night just for YouTube, just for you guys watching at home and watching on YouTube tonight for one night only. We're exclusive to YouTube. Yeah, it's been busy on the news lately, hasn't it? You know, lots going on with gaming news, racing news, obviously with the Formula One. We'll have a look at that. It's all quiet on the stream tonight, viewers. Not many people watching. It's so weird, isn't it? Of course, there's football on, isn't there? That's why it's pretty quiet on the stream. It's the football. That's why. Oh, feet are so cold again. Cold feet. I wonder why it's so quiet tonight for us. I should have streamed earlier races, and then I'd have been done and dusted. Done and dusted. It's always a pain in these FIA races that they're always so late in the evening, aren't they? You know, it's 6 till 10. It's always an awkward time. I might just go off and get something to eat in a minute. Hang on a moment, viewers. Back in a second. Back again, viewers. Off again in a minute. Trying to decide to do this race. I may as well. I don't know. And then I'll see how I get on. Yeah, it's pretty quiet on the chat, on the video tonight, isn't it? Some streams they really vary, don't they, in terms of popularity, in terms of how popular streams are and what you're doing. There's no consistency. What I find with streaming is when you stream every day, you build an audience, but if you stream every single day, you don't, basically. Yeah, I don't know, Wayne. I've just never liked it. I've never liked this track. You know, it's a hassle, really. Oh, display's disconnected. Run out of power, probably. Got to charge it up. Boo. Oh well. No more display for you guys tonight. didn't see it saying anything about battery on there, which is weird. Okay. So we've got the next race. We've got no display for the next race. What am I going to do? Just chilling with a bit of racing, but Nations Cup. We may as well do one more run on the Nations Cup to call it a night, guys, and then that'll be it. That'll be it. I think we'll have one more go. I'm a bit tired. Don't know if I should do it or not. A bit tired. But I know it's good action. And it's so quiet. It's so quiet on the stream. Boo, boo, boo. It's all football, isn't it? I think tonight. Is it finished, the Champions League match? I don't know yet. Ever thought of a direct drive wheel? Yeah, maybe one day. I mean, I'm quite happy with what I've got, really. I mean, for me, compatibility is what's important. If it's compatible with stuff, then great. But if it's not, then it's not a big deal to me, really. It's don't get me wrong, it feels good, but it's not the end of the world for me. You need a rig that can handle it for a start. I don't think my rig would be able to really take it very well. It's I've been using this rig for 6 years now, six or so years, and it's I don't know if it's worth it. Right? I think if you don't know how much you want that real driving experience, but to me, it's this suffices. I'm quite happy with what I've got, really, for the moment. I think that if you're a racing driver, then, and I think you do real racing cars, then I think a direct drive wheel is the way to go, because it gives you that bit more. But I think for the rest of us, it doesn't make any difference. If I swapped this over for Fanatic, it wouldn't alter my lap times. I know the feel I'm after anyway. I don't want to be, when you're fighting a wheel all the way around, you just get knackered anyway. So I don't know, probably not going to do that. You just get tired. So deciding on the next race at the moment. I'll do the next race. Yeah, I'll have a go and get on to the next race in a minute. Tired though. Ooh. It's been a long day. Viewers. Still got some things to do after this. And hopefully, we're working really to try getting good content for later in the year, so that we get. It's been a year of Gran Turismo, but there really hasn't been much else to show, is there? If you think about it, I mean, we show stuff if we get access, but if we don't get access to it, there's not really much to show really on the channel at the moment. So we're just sticking with the Gran Turismo. I was going to do Formula One career. That was my plan, but as I say, just haven't got round to it, basically. And it's been a lot to learn with this streaming thing as well. You see all these big streamers out there, and you think I can do that, but it's not proven to be that easy, has it? I mean, it seems like to get sort of hundreds of viewers, I don't even know how that's even possible. But we just keep doing our thing. Trying to warm my feet up as I talk to you. My feet are freezing. They always get really cold on this rig. Cold feet. Mainly the brake pedal. Partially, what's going down with it, I've realised it's to do with the placement of the brake pedal with the Thrustmaster rig, and it's awkward for me. Should we have a go? Should we have a go with this race, just where we do the fuel saving method? Let's try that. Let's just try the whole fuel saving method and not fuel save. Sorry, fuel save all the way around. Let's just try that and see if we can get anywhere. I think that's something we're going to have to try out. Try the fuel save method, maybe. We'll see. It depends on where you qualify, isn't it? I mean, qualifying is... Go on him. don't think it really matters which car we're using. Go on then, let's enter. Let's have a go at this race. And we'll try the whole fuel station. The match is still going on. It is. I wondered why it was so quiet on the stream tonight. Everybody's watching the football. Yeah, I think Wayne, I mean, I take all that with a pinch of salt, you know, where Gran Turismo is concerned. Gran Turismo was meant to be a launch game on, you know, PS2, didn't happen. PS3 didn't happen. PS4 didn't happen. And now PS5, it might be an upgrade to Gran Turismo Sport. You know, that's possible, day one. Gran Turismo Sport Evolution with one player mode. Maybe it'll be that, Gran Turismo, new Gran Turismo, in that way. Don't know, really. It's going to be interesting. I mean, you've got to assume that Polyphony are doing something. I mean, they're not using all of their resource in knocking out one track and a couple of cars every month. That's certainly not the full resources of the company. A lot of these tracks are made a long time in advance. I mean, half these tracks were probably made over a year ago, and they're just drip feeding them to us while they focus on the new game and new engine they need, and like you say, rain dynamics and ray tracing and all that jazz. That's all what's going on at the moment. Right. Quick chill out. We have a break. I'll be back in a couple of minutes, viewers, and then we'll have this race. So I'll be back in just a moment. Stretch my legs for a minute. I'm a bit tall for this rig, so I just need to have a walk around. Hello viewers, hello viewers. Right, final race then, final race of the night, and we're going to see how we get on. No practice this time. I've sort of needed a little break. I like to have just a walk around, you know, stretch my legs. Partially it's because I'm so uncomfortable in my rig because I'm just too tall for it. So here we are then in our lobby, and we'll just see how we get on again. Really, I don't know what strategy we're going to do. I mean, might do something similar to before, or might not. Just wait and see. Actually, might pit quite late. Who knows? We'll just see how we get on. I think. Am I streaming tomorrow, Coke? I might do in the afternoon. I might do. Problem is that I don't like to plan too much streaming because things come up a lot. If I didn't run VVV on my own, it would be easier, but sometimes I've work to do and things come up, and that's that. We'll see. I won't know literally till tomorrow, unfortunately. I've got some work to do tonight after this, and then if I get my work done, then I can find some time tomorrow. Okay, so... Oh. Okay. Right, okay, so let's jump in this and... should we try a no-stop strategy? The stop was long, wasn't it? It's funny getting back into this car after being in the Mustang a minute ago. Feels so weird again, you know. So again, we're going to try our best. We didn't have a bad strategy before, I felt. Just our general lap times weren't good enough while trying to save fuel, basically. It was difficult to understand how the other guys were being quick and not saving any fuel. I think they were saving fuel and being quick. I think that's what I found strange. How can you be getting a 131 while being 10 kilometers an hour slower down the straights? I mean, that's just unbelievable. I just don't know the answer to that. So we last time we didn't get great qualifying. This time hopefully we can do better. Long way down the order here, aren't we? somebody spun off there. Let's see how we get on then. Qualifying guys. Got that wrong. Broke just a little bit too early then. It's a shame. So 132. Roughly. Oh, got that wrong as well. Just working our way around here. So finish the lap. Very easy to mess up the end of the lap, obviously. So 132 probably, that's what we're aiming for here. That's what we expect from that. We're going to pit and we're going to try getting a 131 in a moment. Unless we're faster on this attempt, of course. Let's see where we are here. If we're down, we'll pit. Still got a lot of fuel, that's the problem. In a way, we're kind of fuel burning a bit here. Now we might be able to claw it back. Let's go in, damn. I just rather just get it done. Mediums, and we won't refuel. We've got a bit more fuel in the tank, and that is a bit of a deficit. Ideally we should have stayed out, but I think let's just see where we are when we do this. I'm going to try a different strategy, you know, see what happens, viewers. Not stopping. I mean, we're 10th on the grid, so I'm not as quick as I was earlier. It just shows, doesn't it, when you're not practicing before the race, you just lose your edge. I'm losing all my time in this corner. This is the corner I'm struggling with. I can't see the apex well enough when I just realised I'm on new tyres. I don't care. Let's just see if we can put in a better lap. If we can't, we can't. Yeah, we burned up our tyres quite a bit doing the out lap, haven't we? Okay, let's have a go. So the guy who's actually first is actually the one who finished ahead of me in the last race. Interesting. So my tyre's already a bit battered. I went for a hard out lap. I'm nowhere near as quick as these guys. They are flying. They are flying. Oh, and I've gone wide. Tyres just going that little bit, you know, and then they just don't give you the same bite. Well, either way, we're going to try our non-stop strategy and see if it works for us. And if it does, great. And if it doesn't, well, we've got a few points. So let's just go over the line. This won't be a good lap because of those errors, but as you can see, everybody's making errors on this lap, and why not? May as well. Your tyres just go basically, so it makes it really it changes everything. So it's the end of that. So where are we? Philip there. Does fuel burn change weight in GT Sport? It does. So your weight performance in your car is massive. So some guys are still running on a far lighter car. So I'll probably move down the order to about 10th, 11th in a minute once they finish their laps on very low fuel. But it makes a huge difference, weight of the car in this game, especially combined with your tyres. Heavier cars wear your tyres, mistakes wear your tyres. Aggressive turning, hearing them squeal a lot, that's wearing your tyres. You're leaning on the tyres. Slides across the surface. You really got to be careful with your tyres. Well, Darryl, it sort of works and it doesn't work. I've tried the whole over-revving the engine thing, but it doesn't really... don't see that it makes much difference. You know, you might do 1% difference in fuel, but at the moment, no matter. I'm not at the moment because of the amount of friends. I'm thinking of like doing what Super GT did. He's created a second tag, you know, whatever GT Rammer or something. So I'm working out a plan. I'm going to announce that plan soon in the next few weeks. How I'm going to handle, because I want to do every week. I want to do a sort of a subscribers race day. So I'm going to do that. So we can do when I do practice sessions for FIA races. I want to set up lobbies and then get you guys in, and at least then we've got some competitive racers in the lobby, and you know, and other just gamers who want to join us. We can run some simulations like the top guys and learn a lot of the stuff in a lobby that I just don't know. You know, I mean, I'm coming into these races completely blind. I'm going to go with hard front tyres now. Crazy, I know. I'm that kind of crazy guy. As soon as I do that, all right. Let's see where we are then. All right, let's go. Let's go. We're going to go crazy, guys. We're going to go crazy. We're going to go hard fronts. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. See where we are as the race goes on. Let's just go with hard fronts for a laugh. I'm just testing something out here. I'm just doing a test strategy now to see if we can. I'm going to try no stopping. See if we can no stop. Let's just see if we can no stop. I'm going to use number 2 for the first lap fuel setting, and then just change it down, change it around a bit. I don't think 5 and 6 are any good. I think 5 and 6 are too much, but we'll see if we can do a no stop. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I think so, Coca. I think that's something I haven't done yet. And I mean, in a way, I kind of only started this streaming properly last year, really. And I'm like 5 years behind everybody else. So it's been quite a learning process doing all this streaming stuff. Actually, there's a lot of learning behind the scenes in terms of what makes successful streamers. And I suppose for me, it's been an adjustment, because I used to do videos all the time, and I've stopped doing the videos now, because I basically said, what's the point in editing videos that take me 3 or 4 days to edit that get the same amount of views as a stream? It's just not worth it. I might as well do streaming every day. So hopefully, I mean, depending on the videos, if it's a preview, then that always does well. Right, let's see a bit of Nations Cup action then, viewers. Again, hard front tyres. Let's see where we end up. I don't know where we ended up on the grid, so we'll find out. Somewhere in 10th, maybe 10th, 11th. I think we're expecting to be. So I'm just going to save fuel, guys, all the way through this race, and then see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we can make it to the end of that stopping. Our viewers are increasing now because football's over, I'm guessing. Eighth place? That's alright. 8th place. Let's see where we are as well. We've got Last Ninja here. Hi, Last Ninja. Things are good. We're just trying experimental strategy. What's new? So I'm going with trying to do a no stop in this race. So it's going to be really difficult to do, but if we can just keep within a certain level of the top guys, I think we can see how we get on. Ramos GT there. I'll have to find the lights flash button on this wheel again. Right, here we go then, viewers. So I'm just going to see how I get on. We're going to do some fuel saving and just see how we get on from here. Where's all the other cars? That's strange. Is there something going on? There seems to be a big gap behind me. There must have been a pile up somewhere. Let's just stay in this fuel mode to see what happens. That's what an overtake there. Wow, dive bombing action there, but luckily I saw it. As I say, we're just going to have to take this at the moment and see if it works out for us later. And those guys are a little bump behind me. He'll come past me. Let him past. You know, I don't know whether there's enough fuel to actually change down the main straight like that or what. So I'm just gonna see what happens. So there's enough fuel for me to go faster down the main straights. That's interesting. We might just make a fuel change in a moment to the strategy. There's not enough. Not enough there, is there? It suddenly drops. Look how much it drops when you go into the higher mixtures. So it's going to be interesting, isn't it? So, I mean, as I say, this is all an experiment. We can't know really where we're going to end up. Oh wow, what the hell. And some of these guys, I mean, the way they're driving is unbelievable. And then it gives me the SR down. It's not like I'm not letting these guys through, but they're just dive bombing because they see an opportunity and think, oh, might be the last time I get a chance to overtake. No, just 4 more corners. We're getting overtaken by everybody here. It's tricky. Nice. So desperate, some of these guys. He's called Ramos. Ramos in name, Ramos in nature. I've got to be careful. Trying to work my way around here with my hard front tyres. They obviously they're not nearly as grippy as the mediums, so and there's a bit of lag going on there. So I mean, I don't know how those guys were doing 131s apparently. You know, they're like 3 seconds lap quicker than me, and yet their standard laps are only 2 seconds lap quicker than me, so there's some black magic going on somewhere, isn't there? Some voodoo gaming. You know, we're far from comfortable on fuel, but let's see where we end up, how much time we lost in that first section of the race. So it didn't work out for us, you know, because these guys are all going to stroll past us on the straights, and I've just made a mistake under braking there, trying to get past them as ghosts. So I've lost a lot of time. It hasn't worked, this whole not stopping strategy hasn't worked at all, so I don't know what it was all about, but I thought, hey, let's try it. So I don't know how those guys are doing 4 seconds a lap quicker on fuel. It's just it's got to be more. Well, there is more to it than that, isn't there? I mean, let's face it. However, we are where we are. We can just move up 1 now to 5, and these guys have already pitted, so this is where we're going to finish. Brilliant, brilliant, thank you for that. And he doesn't get a penalty. Doesn't get a penalty, and I lose three places because of that. Brilliant. Brilliant, doesn't even get a penalty for taking me out of the race. Whoever that was, don't know who did it. Ah, well. Just been one of those things, hasn't it? 5.3 laps left. It's fine. Oh, that's a real shame for your viewers that happened and he got away with it. You know, taking me out and getting away with it. It's like, you know, that's ruined my tyres as well now. Completely flat spotted damage on there. It's disappointing because, you know, when you're trying a strategy out and you're just saying, you know what, let everybody past. Leave me alone, I just want to do my own thing, and then that's it. You get some idiot does that and gets away with it. It's just so crazy. Look at that, 1:43. I lost 5 seconds. Scum. Scum, honestly. Well, the fuel save strategy doesn't work, for sure. For me. There's definitely something more to it than just go rounds. I don't know what it is, but I should be in like 6th or 7th place by now. 6th place probably. I've gone wide. Not surprising, is it, given the state of my tyres? Completely ruined now. Not the right strategy, viewers. Not the right strategy, clearly. But having said that, I think had we not had that instant, even with, I mean, if you look there now, we've got a guy up our inside. Not much we can do, really. Oh, well, one of those things, viewers. One of those things. It was, I don't really understand what the tactic was that the top players were doing, but whatever it was, these guys have managed to pit, come out and beat me. So there's really not much I can do now. Even if I up the fuel mode, it's not going to make no difference. Well, the most disastrous races I've ever had this past week, aren't they? Everything's gone wrong. And I think it's a shame because I've definitely got some speed, and yet I've had people bashing me off and strategies that are just, people tell me and they're just no good, they don't work. 2.5 laps of fuel. So we can go 1 now. 1 on the final lap. Doesn't matter because we've got worn front tyres. The whole point of this was that you end up so far down the road that you, I mean, I can't even turn the corner now. Give me sportsmanship down now. You're just driving around. Brilliant. That's because the penalty system says you're braking earlier than you should be. It doesn't take into account worn tyres. So if you run a long strategy, it says that you're intentionally blocking people. I've got nothing to lose at this stage, have I, really? Doesn't really matter. No, he's got more grip than me. So, even by using up that flap, it's just a waste of time strategy, wasn't it, really? Wasn't even close. Wasn't even close, guys. So whatever those top players are doing, to be 3 seconds a lap quicker, I think we got taken out. We lost 5 seconds, but even with that, I'd have been top 6 easy if we'd that was just the most dreadful strategy. I just don't know how anyone manages to do that with no stop. Just seems crazy to me. Crazy, viewers. That was a bit disappointing in the end. Disappointing. A smash to my sportsmanship rating, and a 15th place finish from 7th on the grid. Wow, what a disastrous strategy. In future, I'm going to stop doing these low fuel strategies now and just stick with what everyone else is doing. I think that's the way forward. It's just doing it on your own is just frustrating. You're letting everybody pass, and then that's it. There's no strategy there. These top players doing 131s on 6 fuel. How is that even possible? I don't even know that's even possible. Weird, just weird. Very strange. And like you say, the guy bashing me out the way onto the grass, destroying my tyres, that didn't help. So, yeah, it was a disappointing race. You could see there my best lap was 3 seconds slower than I was doing before. So, you know, it's a lot of time to lose, isn't it? The lap times weren't even that great. Should have just stuck with mediums. We'd have probably finished top 5. Never mind. One of those things, viewers. So it was a rather disappointing end to the stream tonight. Again, it's been a couple of races where I think could have done better. Didn't happen. And yeah, that's it really. So that's it for now, viewers. For the few of you tuning in tonight, very quiet tonight. And I'm going to make a move now. And well, I don't know, Nomad. I mean, even short shifting, lifting and short shifts. On one mixture, you wouldn't get that far into the race. Literally, you run out of fuel 3-4 laps before the end. Even with a pit stop, you know, you run out of fuel towards the end. So there's some sort of technique there. There's always a technique that there's, you know, what setting you have and what exactly when to change. You know, there's something to do with the changing gear for sure. But I just find it very strange. You know, I mean. You know, I was 3 seconds per lap slower than I was running normally. So it's just a strange one. Anyway, that's it for now, viewers. That's been a bit of interesting racing tonight. A bit disappointed with that finish. I was kind of hoping that we'd get somewhere in the top 10 with that strategy. I think after such a good start. I think maybe the hard front tyres were something that was not the way to go as well, and we probably lost a second a lap through the hard front tyres, which is one of those things. I think had we maintained the lead after the pit stops, I think we would have been in a better position. So certainly there was, but if you think there was 0.9% fuel at the end of the race, there wasn't really much fuel there to play with, was there really? I think in hindsight, maybe I should have just stayed out and then pitted, but it's all a learning experience. That's it for now, viewers, and I'll make a move, and there'll be more from me very soon.